Stand in your divinity. Stand in your divinity. Stand in your. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it. I'm getting it. I'm seeing it. Stand in your divinity. I am attempting to do just that. I understand. I understand. When we stand in our divinity, then everything else falls into place. And it sounds so simple because it is so simple, and I know that. But I don't even know at this exact moment how, in this moment, how do I stand in my divinity? Because all I'm doing, I just woke up and fixing breakfast. And I feel a definite sense of, I'm going to call it agitation, but it's not really agitation. There's a definite vibration moving and standing your divinity. Okay, I'm trying. I'm looking for the beauty. I'm looking at the light. I'm connected. Or am I rationalizing? Look at your heart. Connect to your heart. Be in your heart. You're still allowing fears, anxieties, rationalizations to overwhelm you. Even when you're trying to stay in your divinity, you're trying to think your way into it. You cannot think your way into it. It is not a thought process. You cannot try. It is not a try. You just simply are. You are thinking and rationalizing and using everything you've been trained to do in this in many lifetimes. We are getting it. We are getting it. Standing in your divinity is very difficult. Not because it is very difficult, but because everything you have been taught for so many lives has pulled you away from you and noticing you have divinity. So how can you stand in something? Don't even know what it looks like. You don't even know what it feels like. You get glimmers. Yes, you get glimmers. But quickly, you've been trained to come back to quote unquote reality. To see things in a bleaker manner. Just be still. Come out of the mind. Come out of the mind. There's been an encouraging to, in the process, there's a path you've been taught of bringing the heart and mind into a conversation with each other, to see each other. And that is pleasant, a good thing, a good step to even recognizing and allowing the heart to speak, allowing it to. The mind has benefits and can be used, but you cannot, it is not for your benefit to be driven by your mind, motivated by your mind. It is not benefiting you. Because everything that's been placed in your mind has been placed in those who want to pull you farther from divinity and into separation. You are not capable of using your mind as the first step to getting you to your divinity. It is not about, though it can be beneficial, about reading books. Though for some, read something in a book and it might help them to connect more to their heart. But it's always the thinking, always the thinking, always the thinking. But the thing is not, it is not the thinking that is anything wrong with thinking. There is nothing wrong with thinking. Thinking is wonderful. It is what has been put into your thinking processes. That you have a value system in your thinking processes. You have rationalizations in your thinking processes. You have shut-offs in your thinking processes. And there are so many booby traps. Even in your heart, there are booby traps to throw you back into the mind. It has been very cleverly contrived. And when you try to get to be, stand in your divinity and be in your heart, you keep finding yourself in your mind and your thoughts. Spend time in nature. Quiet the mind. Quiet the mind. Do not think of a pattern or a process for quieting. Just quiet. Be in wonder of small things. Allow yourself to just wander. When the mind is wandering, the heart has an easier time speaking. So allow the mind to wander so the heart can actually be heard. Even now your thoughts are why, what is this, what about that, what about this, what about that. Relax and play. Not with purpose. Play with no purpose, yes. Play with no purpose and wander. You're going to hear things. Because as those who have controlled you, begin to realize that you're noticing it, that you're taking steps to get beyond what they have trained you to do, they're going to pull up more. They're going to pull up more, and you're going to want to think about the things you see and figure things out. And that is how you've been trained to react, and that is how you will react. When someone wants to control someone's mind, to brainwash them, it is beneficial for them to begin to recognize or to believe that the one who's controlling them has the right to decide for them what you should decide for yourself, such as when to go to the bathroom, when to go to sleep, when to eat. And you have to get their permission, you have to notify them, you have to get their involvement in it. This is the beginning of brainwashing and control. If they can deprive you of food, not allow you to sleep when you feel like it, they can get you into a state of where your heart is panicking, and they will get your mind to take over, and then they will fill the mind. They will have things repeat. They will have a phrase repeated. Okay, repeat this, repeat that, and you will hear it repeated again. When you listen to people talk, so much of what they say is just repeated phrases over and over again. And they'll take one repeated phrase after another repeated phrase. If they have something original, they'll say something original and they'll follow it with a repeated phrase. If they catch themselves actually being in the heart, they have these repeated phrases. that pull them back to the place where they can be controlled. Be aware, not control, be aware that when you find yourself issuing a phrase, especially if that phrase is a truism, or you to believe to be a truism. Right now, those truisms, even if they are true, are not benefiting you because they're taking your mind back to places where it will bring you into control. Things are happening, and things are looking bad for some people. All the stuff that the control systems have put up as what you would call safeguards, things that are there to support and help you need for living, jobs, money, schools, leaders, doctors. These are all put together, carefully constructed to control you. Are there some people who are trying to have good intentions? Yes. Are there doctors who've chosen to become doctors because they want to help those who are ailing? Yes. But for everything that they have done is controlled and filled with truisms that are false truisms and booby traps. You cannot fix the system because the system at its very core was only designed to remove you from divinity. You cannot fix this system. You cannot tear this down and create a new one. You do not have that capacity at this time because you will only revamp according to other means to control. Even the idea of you're so proud of democracy is mob rule. And the mob is controlled by truisms they've been trained to believe. There's no freedom there. But all is not lost. At your core, the divinity always has known the right path. It just has not been allowed to express itself and to move freely because the society that you're living in has been designed to quickly identify and corral and control any upsurges of divinity that pop out. Do not make yourself widely known. Do not stand on the street corner saying that what you've come to learn. And you're thinking, if I don't do that, what about everybody else? How can I stand in my divinity if I don't let everybody know? Because it's not a shouting match. It's not a pushing, it's not a pulling, it's not a shouting match. It is quiet, it is strong. It is truth, it is love. Be your divinity. Don't make yourself. Just be there. Your daughter had the idea of the words, be love. Just be love. Do not force love. Do not push love. Do not bang on it from the rooftops and scream it out to everybody you see. Just be it. And if you just be love, and that is what you do, and you're in that love, and you're in that kindness, and the wisdom and the power that exists from divinity, then when the divine haboob comes, your path will be quiet and easy and smooth, and you will quickly identify and see the divine paths, the divine connections, and you will be able to readily move into them. It does us no good to try to explain them to you now, because you cannot conceive of them without the booby traps being set off. You can't. It is impossible. No one, not even your most enlightened gurus, can do this. Too many booby traps. Too many booby traps. Too many truisms. Too many sayings. Anybody who wakes up at a specific time, goes to bed at a specific time, eats at a certain time. No, too many booby traps. So just work on just being quiet. Just work on being quiet. And don't worry about all the things you've been trained to worry about. And if you can do this, just work on being quiet, not worrying. Not thinking, what do I have to do? How do I have to do this? If you can get to that point, then everything will be fine. Because the divine Haboob will dismantle all those booby traps. In one moment, they will all be dismantled. At one moment they'll be dismantled, and everything will start to fall together. And it'll become clear, and it'll be natural. So just relax. Stand in your divinity.